Marin Luxury Cars is Jaguar, Land Rover, and Volvo. We're located here in Corte Madera. Obviously, it's beautiful Marin County, so it's a lovely place. We don't really see a lot of seasons, so it's always a lovely 72 degrees here, it seems like. Working for Tom Price and Adam Sims, the Price Sims family is nice because they believe in the entrepreneurial spirit. So the general managers get to run their stores the way we feel it's best fit for our particular demographics, where we are geographically located, which is nice because a lot of times with these corporates, we're only, 10, 12 stores. But when they start getting bigger, they demand that you have to do it a certain way. Well, what works for a Mercedes-Benz store in Fairfield not necessarily is going to work for Land Rover Jaguar in Marin. Different demographics, different area. So it's nice that we get to explore and do our own thing. For instance, Bitesize. If we were like most companies, they say you can only use these particular vendors and you lose your entrepreneurial spirit. So when I met you, I was able to say yes or no. I can explore it. I can say, no, I don't want to do it. So that enabled me to meet you and to work with Bitesize, and it's incredible. It's working out wonderful. As a matter of fact, as you know, we've referred you to several of our other stores, and the smart stores have clicked on and gone forward with it, and the other stores will wake up later. Here's the thing that I heard years ago at a retailers conference, and it was a digital conference, and Price Sims is really advanced. I mean, a lot of the stuff I heard there, we had been doing for 3 to 5 years. But there was something that really resonated, and I've mentioned it to you many times, Jess, but I feel it's really important. I do think it makes total sense. And if anybody out there is going to listen to this, one thing that they should take away from this is it's not your normal marketing product. And I'll tell you why. It's texting. So, I heard at this convention, I was told one time that, hey, many of us have thousands and thousands of unread emails because of a lot of people out there are like me. I'm going to read the caption of the email, and I see how important it is, and then I'll read a few first sentences, and sometimes I don't even open it because I got what I need on the screen, and it's not as important, so I put it secondary. Well, this particular speaker was saying that many of us have thousands of unread emails, but none of us have unread text, right? So that resonated in me, and I thought to myself, man, that's important. So when we came back here to the store, we changed the way our internet department responded. So first they would respond with an email and then a phone call. It was always about an email, a phone call, email, and phone call. So now we added text, and this was before Bitesize. So what we would do is we would send a text, then we would send an email, and we would try to call. And I'd say 90% of our customers preferred text versus email or a phone call. So then when I met you, and I try to give all vendors as much attention, right, as the same, so that I treat them equally. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen in our world, especially in my position. We're so busy. We'll push them off to somebody else, to a marketing person, or we'll just blow them off completely. Well, when we were introduced to Bitesize and they mentioned it was texting, I thought, well, wait a second, I should take the time and listen to what you have to say. And so I did, and I'm going to tell you, I was blown away, Jess, because the first text that we sent out, we had people respond within seconds. I mean, we send an email out, and people will respond, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 days, 3 days. Some just opt out. But we sent out, I want to say it was 175 to 200 texts, and I bet you we got 100 people respond. And most of them were responding within seconds. And that was just eye-opening, and it blew me away. And so, of course, I've been a big fan ever since. We've used it for all different creative marketing techniques, and it's been very successful. The problem we were really trying to solve is sending out a marketing message, people don't open it, they don't read it, etc. So by sending out a text, we really we were hoping at the time that it would work as well as it did when we respond to a normal lead that comes into our CRM. And what I mean by that is when we get a lead through our CRM and we would respond by email or phone, we would have some success, but not as, maybe 10%, 15%. But once we started adding text to that, we saw that it went up to 45 to 50%. So we were anticipating utilizing Bitesize to get at least 45 to 50% response, and we were blown away by the percentages. And I want to say it was 60 to 70% we were getting responded to. Now, of course, that drops down a little bit as you use it week by week. But if you're creative and you use it for instance, we had one of these very expensive luggage racks that go on top of a Range Rover, and I want to say it was, I don't know, $1,100-$1,200. And we've had it here for a year. It was obsolete, and the part, we already wrote the part down, and we couldn't get rid of it. And so I think you had mentioned, hey, why don't we try sending that out to clients in your portfolio that have a sport utility that will fit on. So we did that, and we did it out of the parts department. And the parts gal that works back there, she loves it. She thinks it's the best thing. She wants to use it to send out more, accessories and items that we have. So that's something that we're just going to start tapping into, and I'm excited to see the response that we get from that as well. I think the capabilities with the texting are unlimited. You and the Bitesize crew have come up with, creative new ideas, which is nice. Some of these companies that we use for email marketing and other, radio, etc., they're waiting for us to come up with an idea for them. They have the platform, but they don't have the ideas. Where with Bitesize, it's nice that, you're calling up and saying, hey, some of our dealers are trying this at a pretty high success rate. You might want to try this, try that. And so that has been wonderful, and that helps out as well. One of the things that we may do, and I'm thinking about doing, is because I'm a man, and sometimes, my brain doesn't think always like it should, but we have customers come in and drop their car off for service. So what I'd like to do is be able to send out a text that says, hey, while your car's in the shop, while we're communicating, this might be a good time to send flowers to a loved one. If you want to send out a bouquet of flowers, click here and we'll respond to you and help you out. Because I think that, I'm pretty progressive, and I think of my loved ones and my family. I think I do, but maybe I don't as much because I'm very busy. A lot of our clients, especially with the Land Rover and Jaguar product, are executives, and they're very busy, or they're real estate agents and always on the road, and they may not have time to think about it. So while their car's in the shop and we're communicating via text, giving them updates on their car, I'd sure love to be able to send out a little picture of a bouquet of flowers and say, if you're interested in sending a bouquet of flowers, click here for $49.95 or whatever. Just give them that option to make their life easier. And I think we can do that with texting, and with an email, etc. You can't. The only thing I can say is not about Bitesize or to Bitesize, but I'm going to say to whoever's listening, don't snooze. My wife says if you snooze, you lose. So don't snooze, because somebody out there is going to sell that vehicle, and it may as well be you. And chances are the person that's selling that vehicle is the dealership that's using Bitesize.